I'm sometimes asked, what exactly is a bylaw? Simply put, bylaws are the local laws established by a municipality to regulate the variety of activities occurring within that city. In fact, the by in bylaw comes from the Old Norse word for town. So at its root, a bylaw is a town law. The City of Ottawa's bylaws regulate many different types of activities, such as granting business licenses, ensuring our communities are safe and clean, and setting standards for noise in the community. Each new term of City Council, the Public Policy Development Team at the City of Ottawa works with employees in departments across the city to either develop new bylaws or review and update existing ones based on the Council-approved bylaw review framework.
There are many possible reasons to review and update a bylaw, from changes in provincial or federal legislation to new enforcement approaches and general updating requirements. Similarly, new bylaws may need to be developed to address gaps in regulations or emerging issues in the community that need regulations. Let's take a closer look at what a bylaw review involves and how important feedback from Ottawa's residents and businesses is to the review work.
The bylaw review process involves 6 phases: scoping, research and analysis, engagement, bylaw development and reporting, City Council and committee approval, and finally, the implementation of the bylaw. This process ensures that we stay consistent and on track when reviewing a bylaw, which results in the development of sound public policy through evidence-based decision-making. The first phase, scoping, sets the entire bylaw review process up for success. This is where we confirm that yes, a new bylaw needs to be developed or an existing bylaw requires review, and how extensive a review is required. Key issues along with the community and industry partners are identified, and we develop detailed plans to guide our work, because an extensive bylaw review may take up to several years to fully complete.
With our plans in hand, we move on to the next phase, research and analysis. A bylaw may be impacted by legislative requirements, legal issues, other bylaws, economic or other factors at play in the regulated area, and even council plans and initiatives. So it's important from an early point in the review process that we have a clear understanding of these factors. We analyze issues and gaps in areas under review, identify and consider related best practices and technological trends, and determine whether the present moment is the best time to introduce new regulations to the area or amend the existing bylaw. Based on these findings, we develop our policy direction for potential new regulations or amendments to the existing bylaw. Once we have the policy directions in mind, it's on to the engagement phase. Every bylaw project is different, meaning the engagement activities we plan differ from each review, ranging from surveys to consultation sessions and focus groups. For most reviews, we want and need input from residents as well as the businesses, community partners, or other entities that may be affected by the regulations. We frequently consult with community association, BIAs, advocacy groups, NGOs to understand their experiences with the subject matter under review and to determine how new or different regulations may affect them. We always want to ensure the policy options are informed by data and evidence. Bylaws under review may impact you or your business, so it's important that you let us know your feedback and how you may be affected. After we summarize the findings from our engagement activities and research, we have the necessary information to draft the final recommendations for the bylaw being developed or under review. This is a critical part of the process where we consider any related financial and legal implications, prepare supporting documents, and obtain all of the necessary internal approvals before presenting our recommendations to committee and then City Council.
In the committee and council approval phase, we take the final recommendations and materials from the previous phase and share this wealth of information with members of council and committee chairs. We're available to discuss any questions and concerns and overall ensure that City Council and committees have all the information they need to make an evidence-based, informed decision on the proposed bylaw changes. If the proposed changes to the bylaw are approved, the bylaw review isn't over just yet. It's time to implement and communicate those changes. We may need to update forms and web pages, revise procedures, and consolidate other bylaws, or train staff. Monitoring the implemented bylaw is also important, just in case any technical issues arise that require additional support or an amendment. Because at its core, the bylaw review process is a cycle. Once we reach the end, we're really back at the beginning. Creating and reviewing bylaws is a huge undertaking and one that we cannot do alone. With involvement from Ottawa residents, community partners, local businesses, and industry experts, we ensure a systematic review for all regulatory bylaws. Sharing your experiences, observations, and suggestions helps ensure that new or amended bylaws reflect the changes that our community needs to continue growing and thriving. We invite you to join us in a bylaw review process. There's always a review or two going on. Visit ottawa.ca/bylaw reviews to learn more about our ongoing and upcoming bylaw reviews.